Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
Fourth and goal to go with the 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
Yeah. Now, not only has Sims, but Eli's put in his 2 cents as well too, on Mr. Dart, right? The thing is, those snaps are invaluable. Now, let's not forget, right? What happened in the 2004 season, right? When I said this, in one of the videos I did prior than the past week or so, whatever it was. The Giants actually were in 2004. We were 5-2, right? We lost 2 tough games. I think they were on the road. I can't remember. It was Detroit and Arizona. Let's see. Let me look here. The 2004 New York Giants. 2004 New York. There we go. They lost 2 tough games back to back. One was Buffalo and Detroit, or nope. Yeah, it's because I'm an idiot. It was the Bears and the Cardinals. They lost 28-21 to the Bears. And then they went to the Cardinals and they lost 17-14. Right? So that put them at 5-4. They were 5-2. They lost 2 tough games. They were 5-4. So they were still in the playoff hunt. If you listen to Kurt Warner, he was talking to John Schmelk. Warner was saying about that particular season that the Giants felt obviously that they were not a Super Bowl team at the time, and they thought the best thing to do, which is kind of tough to do, like halfway through the season, you still got a chance in the playoff. I mean, it's like you got these guys like Michael Strahan, these guys and all of that, right? They go through training camp and this and that. They go through half the season, and they still got half the season left. And you're there to win. You're there to go to the playoffs, win a Super Bowl. You want to win. And halfway through the season, they pull the plug on the season, basically, right? And they go from 5-4 to 5-10. Well, actually, they were 5-2. They lost 8 games in a row, right? 2 of them were Warner. The next 6 were Eli. Right, so they went from 5-4 to 5-10 with Eli. They said Eli won the final game of it was the final game of the season. It was a Sunday night game against the Cowboys at home. Now, of course, they didn't have that flexing kind of thing because the Giants were 5-10. The Cowboys were 6-9. At the end of the game, the Giants won. Both teams were 6-10. So they didn't have that flexing stuff going on back in 2004. Well, both these teams suck. So let's put a real good game on the last game. It was the last game of the season before the playoffs, right? Because there was no Monday night game. But it wound up being a really good game. The Cowboys had the lead. What the heck was it? 24-21, something like that. And then, Eli came onto the field. Let's not forget. I mean, the Cowboys were not a very good team that year. But, Eli came on the field, and he marched him down the field, and he got him inside. He got him down around the 2-yard line, somewhere 2-3-yard line, whatever it was. And I guess he called – me and my son were at the game. We were lucky. We were down by that – we were around the 20-yard line. So, but where they scored was like almost right in front of us. And they got down to the 2-3-yard line, and he got up to the line of scrimmage. It looked like he called an audible, right? And he turned around. It was the draw play, the tiki. I guess they had a pass play on because it was, there was running out of time, right? So he called it a draw to tiki. He ran in for a touchdown, right? And that's obviously that started things off for Mr. Manning. But they basically pulled the plug on the season, and just to get Eli those reps, which were invaluable for him. Obviously, in 2005, 6, 7, 8, we went to the playoffs 4 years in a row. Right? So that's the only time it's ever been done. Right? If we kept Kurt Warner in there the whole season, and after the season he was gone because he went to the Cardinals, And then we started Eli in 2005. Chances are we may not. I mean, of course, in 2005, oh my God, I think that was a 23-0 game we lost to the Panthers. I mean, oh my God, that was painful. But I'm not sure if we would have made the playoffs if Eli never had any of those snaps in 2004, right? But of course, we just kept getting a little bit better. Of course, it culminated in 2007, and of course, in 2008, can't do nothing about it. But we were the best team in the NFL that year. Plexico decides to wind up shooting himself in the leg, and of course, all that went down the dumper after that. The offense was just don't even want to talk about it. Anyway, but so the snaps are invaluable. So we're going to have to wait and see. It's going to be. The thing is that, is Shane and Dable going to do what's best for the Giants, or it's best for their Giants / their jobs? Because if they're doing whatever, they're floundering around 500. It doesn't look like they're going to the playoffs, or even if they make the playoffs, they don't got a shot. They're going to pull the plug on the season after 10 games, 12 games. They were 6-6, right? Not really going to be good. Are they going to pull the plug and maybe lose the last 5 games of the season to get Dart some extremely valuable reps? And we wind up, instead of 6-6, we wind up 6-11. We lose the last 5 games because we pulled the plug on the season. The thing is with that's valuable for Dart, and that's valuable for the Giants going forward. But is that going to be valuable enough to keep his job? Well, you lost the last 5 games of the season. We were 6-11. We sucked, so you're fired, right? So is that going to be interesting? Very, very interesting. But Mr. Sims, right there. All right. He urges the Giants to start Jaxson Dart as a rookie. Like he did as a rookie in 1979, Phil Sims believes Jaxson Dart should start sometime during this 2025 season. Phil Sims didn't start in week 1 as a rookie for the Giants, and neither should Jaxson Dart. But according to the Giants legend and Pro Football Hall of Famer, Dart should get his chance later in 2025 season. After finally giving up on Daniel Jones, the Giants signed Russell Wilson and then signed Dart. Also in the mix is veteran journeyman Jameis Winston and perennial backup Tommy Chicken Cutlet Parmesan. Wilson will likely be the starter in week 1, but how long until the Giants hand the reins over to Dart? The ideal situation to me, let's not talk about playoffs and all that about that Giants, but they get off to a decent start. The whole team is better than it was last year. The defensive line, the last 2 drafts, I think, have been very good. All that, and we're respectable, Sims said. But then there comes a point, 6, 7, 8 weeks into the season, then I think unless you see there's an opportunity to really be great, we got to find a spot to get Jaxson Dart in there and give him some experience and let him have some success and some failures, because that's how you grow in the NFL as a quarterback. Sims had to wait until week 5 of the 79 season to make his first start. Then he won 6 of 11 starts on his way to making the all-rookie team. By all accounts, Dart is impressing the organization with his football IQ during the offseason. Sooner or later, his time will come. And according to Sims, it should arrive during the 2025 season. All right, we got here another one here. Jaxson Dart, if I Sims has to be the starter, I'd say. He said the same. It's another one here. He said, here's why Sims is optimistic about Dart. And he talks about, Giants got to get him, the fact that his mobility was just better than I was giving him credit for. He runs at the right time, gives the play every opportunity to have success. And when in doubt, the pressure's too much, he can make it happen. And he knows situation where that mobility comes in very handy. Now, let's not forget, right? He runs, right? His problem is he needs to know when to get down. You can't be taking on linebackers, in the pros here, right? He's not that big. Maybe Josh Allen can. Jaxson Dart's a different story. Even Eli Manning says, both Manning and Sims also know a thing or two about NFL success. They both of them have won 2 Super Bowl rings. Although, of course, we know Jeff Hostetler was the quarterback for the Giants, in after the 1990 season when they beat the Bills. But what Eli Manning said about Jaxson Dart, Manning has told Dart that he's always available as a confidant and mentor. Manning shared with reporters Friday at a Madden 26 launch event, according to CBS Sports. I told them, hey, I'm here to help in any way. I'm a phone call away, a text away, but I'm not getting in the way, he said. So basically, if you need help, hey, reach out. I'm here, right? Manning and Dart traveled a similar path to New York, with both having come to the Giants from Ole Miss. Manning even called Dart the night before he was drafted. Eli's been a huge role model of mine, even before I got to Ole Miss. Watching him beat Tom Brady twice, that was incredible. Then I go to Ole Miss, and not only him, but the whole Manning family was great to me. Specifically, Eli was a great asset, Dart said. But Manning said he is respecting Dart's personal NFL journey, and his advice to the rookie is for him to embrace the journey. You've got to figure out this is your journey. This is your deal. But if there's anything you need, I'm happy to be here, Manning said. He told Dart. Dart is yet to take an NFL snap, but he's already impressed Manning. Well, I've been to some practices, and I've known Jaxson for the last 3 years since he's been at Ole Miss and gotten to watch his career. So I've been just impressed with Jaxson because I've seen him get better every single year, Manning said. That progress and constant desire to improve is what teams want to see in their players, the Hall of Fame finalist added. Sounds like he's doing that with the Giants. Every day you're going to learn something, and you're going to make mistakes. That's just part of it. But learning from those mistakes and not repeating those mistakes. And it seems like he's just trying to be there, earn the respect of his teammates and his coaches through hard work, he said. So, they both are, especially without a doubt, what Sims was saying. I think it's very, very valuable for them to get in, get some rest. But the thing is, how do you do it? It's a very, very touchy, tricky situation, because, the guys, they give their blood, sweat, and tears and all this stuff and everything, right? And, they want to play and they want to win. Ain't nobody, nobody's giving but, for the most part, a lot of these guys don't give a rat's rear end, about going in. Oh, okay, well, we want to get Dart in here. Okay, we're going to play the Eagles, and we're playing in Philly. We're going to put Jaxson in for his first start ever. We're going to get blown out 59-3. Oh, yeah, those guys don't want to hear that. They're there to win. Right, and to pull a plug on it, basically, really, for a good chance, you pretty much just pull. Jay Daniels is one thing. I got some of these other guys that are just absolutely incredible. Hey, if Jaxson comes in there, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. Sign me up for it, baby. But chances are, most rookie quarterbacks don't come in and just, take the world by storm. Right? Once again, I hope he does, but chances are not. So chances are, if you're putting him in there, right, you're kind of waving the white flag on the season. Yeah, the season's over with, right? And I said, then you got all those guys there, right? You got all these guys under contract and all that. And basically, you're just saying, all right, guys, well, sorry, the season's a wash. Come back next season, and maybe we can win next season. So it's a very, very tricky situation. It's be interesting to see how the Giants handle it. But I would personally love to see Dart get in there myself, because our schedule is brutal. Injuries aside, we have a very difficult time winning a boatload of games. I can't see us. We're not going to a Super Bowl or nothing like that. I would love to see Dart get in there, and let's see what he's got.